Continuing from the previous episode 1815. At this time, Xiaoyan was still slowly sneaking towards the palace. The palace was towering into the clouds, and the circles were stacked like several rounds. It was extremely luxurious. People thing. In the courtyard of the core mansion of the palace. Sir Gamma, this is the tonic that the prince sent me specially. During this extraordinary period, I hope you don't care about the prince's fault. At this time, a figure slowly appeared in the courtyard, holding a plate of fragrant fragrance in the palm of his hand. The medicinal liquid respectfully said to the dark green man in front of him. HMPH. Lin Fengya, this little guy, is not even a livestock. We have deliberately helped him for decades. When we didn't need us, we just kicked it away, and actually colluded with the Soul Palace behind the scenes. If I didn't know, I'm afraid we would still be kept in the dark and work hard for it. Our sin and the Soul Palace are inherently incompatible. I think the prince should not be ignorant, right? Gamma waved his hand suddenly and knocked the precious medicinal liquid to the ground. When Hun Yan and Hun Wuji were chasing him, he happened to be rescued by Lin Fengya, but the activities of Lin Fengya and Soul Hall were also discovered by Gamma. The location of the Devil's Lair was deliberately leaked by Lin Fengya to the Soul Palace and the Holy See, in order for the Devil Fruit to mature and to obliterate everyone who knew the ins and outs, but unfortunately Xiaoyan messed up the situation. And even Gamma resisted it. Sir, rest in peace. In a few days, the prince will personally take you to the election ceremony. I hope that the prince will donate the Devil Fruit. The prince will definitely not be able to treat the Lord badly. As soon as the voice fell, the shadow moved suddenly and disappeared instantly. Here, only the empty courtyard is left. Humph, Lin Fengya, can that little trick in your stomach escape my eyes? Although we are protected by Tien Steward and you in the Devil's Sea, we can study the Devil Fruit with peace of mind, but now the death of the teacher and many of his classmates is caused by you. The teacher said before his death that the Devil Fruit has more good choice. Don't blame me for being unkind. I have already hidden 2 Devil Fruits in a place you can't find. Susu. Gamma burst out with extremely evil laughter, which made people shudder. Crack. With a sound, the door was closed, and Butler Tien withdrew, but the courtyard was sealed by a tyrannical imprisonment. Obviously, Gamma has now become a caged bird. Butler Tien, how are things going? Seeing Steward Tien coming out, the door was surrounded by 2 shadows and asked. Keep an eye on it, only this guy knows the whereabouts of the Devil Fruit, and the prince has said that there will be other powerhouses coming to intercept them recently, so there can be no mistakes. Butler Tien circled around and said vigilantly. Urdayan nodded slightly when he heard the words. They also knew that the seriousness of the matter could not be joked. Hey! With a sound, Butler Tien's figure turned into a wisp of black smoke and disappeared here. Come out, I have found you. At the moment Steward Tien disappeared, there was a slight wriggling on the wall of the palace, and the eyes of the 2 figures, Senhin, burst out at the same time. Have you been found? The 2 6-star Dou Shuangxian perfectionists are really generous. Xiaoyan wanted to chase Tien Steward away, but his breath was wriggling for a while, thus revealing his whereabouts. You don't have a weak breath on your body. I don't know who sent you here? The 2 figures sneered at the same time, and said to Xiaoyan under the black robe. It doesn't matter who sent me here, because you will all turn into dust in the next moment. Xiaoyan's cold voice emerged from the wall, followed by a scene of pink energy ripples, which completely wrapped the core courtyard in an instant. Stand up. A realm? However, you are really a fool. Seeing Xiaoyan taking the lead, the 2 looked at each other. Xiaoyan's breath was vaguely only 5-star level. I don't know who gave him the courage to dare to break through into the depths of the palace mansion. This is not where you should be. But after you die, we will peel off the skin and bones from your body piece by piece to make the most exquisite carvings. Linen, do it. Capture this guy alive. As soon as the voice fell, the 2 of them burst out like a poisonous snake with a killing intent. Fire. Seeing this, Xiaoyan's strength skyrocketed. With the blessing of the domain and the swallowing flame technique, he also reached the perfection level of the 6-star fighting immortal, and his strength was evenly matched with the 2. This guy, what a strange field and a secret method to improve strength. I'll capture him for a while, let me and I interrogate him, and then send him to the prince's palace, rustling. Seeing Xiaoyan's attitude, the 2 of them smiled maliciously. Palace? It seems that there is really something special here, We can't waste time. Let's end the speed. Xiao Yan's eyes flashed a cold light, and then the amber flames all over his body, like a slowly blooming scorching sun, permeated from the body. Something's wrong. What kind of flame is this? Can you actually burn the Dou nucleus in our body? At this moment, Lin Yin and Lin Feng's expressions were sluggish, and their pupils reflected the appearance of amber flames, and they lost their voices. Fairy soul, Yu Mingtian. At the moment when the two of them lost their minds, the power of the soul in Xiao Yan's body in the three-layered spiritual palace was vented like a stormy wave, forming a clear voice, facing the soul realm of the two of them. Attack away. The soul realm is a place where human defenses are quite weak. If the soul realm is attacked, it will not die instantly, but it will be temporarily lost due to severe pain, and the strong fight, even for a second, is enough to decide the winner. Not good. Mu Jili Mumong. The two of them are indeed 6-star perfection powerhouses, and they return to normal in just a moment. At the same time, before Xiao Yan's next attack fell, their bodies suddenly swaying, green aura like spring water, with the breath of life soaring to the sky, roared away at Xiao Yan. The seal of the heavenly king. Xiao Yan was not in a hurry. The palm of his hand was changing, an energy palm print with a posture of looking down at the sky, with an overwhelming momentum, resisted with his wooden beams. Boom! In the face of Xiao's successive attacks, Lord Lin Yin had to take it seriously, because after the increase in the domain, Xiao Yan's strength and attacks were enough to make them truly feel the breath of death. Holy flame fire! Suppress me! Seeing that the two of them had just resisted their many attacks and wanted to catch their breath, Xiao Yan's body volleyed into the air, like a supreme emperor, and the amber flames went towards the two of them. Suddenly, the two of them had no room to struggle. Was directly bound by the amber flame soul fire tightly in place, unable to move at all. Who would have thought that the two 6-star Dou Xian perfection powerhouses could not even make 10 moves in Xiao Yan's hands? Although there are two underestimated enemies, Xiao Yan's soul strength and holy flame are different from ordinary people. The fire was enough for Xiao Yan to completely crush existences of the same level. At this moment, the two of them felt that there was a heart-pounding power hidden under this guy's smile. Continuing from the previous episode 1816, this guy, Lin Yin and Lin Feng were firmly bound by the chains formed by the power of countless holy flames, and they completely lost all their mobility. Demon-like smiles came towards them, and they couldn't help being surprised. It's strange to say that in this huge palace, it seems that the two of you are the strongest. Let's talk. Xiao Yan easily came to the two of them, squinting slightly, and playing with the amber flames on his palms, but it was this flame that caused the faces of Lin Yin and the two to change dramatically. Their current state, this level of flame, can easily kill them. Ha ha ha. If you want to kill, kill. Why is there so much nonsense? The two of them dismissed it, snorted coldly, and their eyes were full of determination. Lin Fengya has done a lot of evil. This kind of person is not worthy of your service. But it's useless to talk too much. It seems that if I don't show any sincerity, you are not going to speak. After Xiao Yan finished speaking, a huge colorless and transparent soul mountain was vented out, and it was like a flood of beasts facing the two of them. Blast away. Now Xiao Yan's fairyland, Tai Shu, late-stage power, the 9 layers of the spiritual palace in the body has been filled with 3, and it has already been able to use the soul power alone to evolve, carry out many attacks and defenses. At this time, the soul mountain is Xiao Yan compressing the soul power. The product of, although it is not excellent, it is more than enough to deal with 2 guys who have no resistance. Boom! Like a violent collision between mountains, Soul Mountain just came into contact with Lin Yin and the two of them. The pressure of the two increased greatly, their footsteps sank suddenly, and they sank in the field. Roars emerged. Soul power, that is a very tormenting existence, not to mention that the soul power of these 2 people has not even reached the fairyland, and they are naturally asking for their own troubles against Xiao Yan. Tell me or not, Xiao Yan said lightly, but he controlled Soul Mountain's torment of the 2 people's souls very delicately. Every time they reached a critical point that they could bear, they would stop. People are stubborn and iron-boned, and they scream indecisively. You are dreaming. Ah. Bang bang bang. Quote. I said. About 5 minutes later, Lin An's pupils flickered with a look of laxity, and the soul realm in their bodies was close to collapsing. In the short few minutes just now, they were tortured. It's like being in hell. There is no world. Speak. Xiao Yan heard the words, put away the soul mountain that was brewed out of soul power, and stared at the two. In the palace, there is no prince and his large army. There is only Gamma in the palace. Gamma hid the devil fruit. The adults sent us to guard here day and night, trying to learn about the devil fruit from Gamma's mouth. Whereabouts? Linen said intermittently. What is the relationship between Gamma and Lin Fengya? Xiao Yan roared. Company, a partnership. The prince used his power to solve unnecessary troubles for them and send test humans for Sin's demon research, and in return, Sin would give a devil fruit to the prince. It's just that the relationship between Gamma and the prince is now broken. We don't know the specifics. Sir, please let us go. Linen said, his expression suddenly became frightened. In the next life, be a good person. Before Linen and the two could run, Xiao Yan's amber flames quietly appeared in circles of sacred lines, and the flames burst into flames, suddenly swallowing the two bodies completely. The two of them were originally bound by Xiao Yan and then tortured by the soul attack, and their life is better than death. Now they are comparable to the top 15 of the Holy Flame ranking. Between heaven and earth. Hoo. After doing all of this, Xiao Yan gently erased all traces of the domain, thereby releasing the domain, and walked along the lake facing the courtyard at the core of the mansion. Xiao Yan came to the core of the mansion and looked at the courtyards surrounded by lakes. There was only one road in the north, and he was in trouble for a while. The courtyard at the core of the palace is clearly built on trees as a fulcrum and is built on the lake surface. Method, and the lake water faintly revealed a rather dignified aura, which made people shudder. Tick. With a sound, the sound of a drop of water dripping from the wooden fulcrum at the bottom of the courtyard was particularly harsh. Apart from that, there was no other movement in the courtyard. That's not quite right, and there is an extremely tyrannical confinement here. Xiao Yan did not step into the courtyard rashly, his eyes followed the dazzling soul power, and glanced at the lake below the courtyard. No? After a few minutes, Xiao Yan didn't notice anything, just stood at the gate of the courtyard extremely puzzled. Don't worry, go in and have a look. Zaidu glanced around and found that in the periphery of the palace at this time, except for some basic servants and guards who had fallen, there were no other tyrannical powerhouses, and the courtyard at the core here was like a forbidden place, and no one has ever been there. Whoa! Xiao Yan didn't go through the only passage. With the help of the moonlight and ghost energy, his body turned into a shadow and stepped directly over the lake, but when Xiao Yan just touched the lake, a water column that reached the sky appeared. Suddenly burst out from the bottom of the water. Zhu! Xiao Yan was impartial, deftly dodging the attack of the water column immediately. He placed his toes on the surface of the water, and stared at the lake where many blisters were constantly emerging. After the blink of an eye, no creatures appeared on the surface of the lake. Instead, several water columns that reached the sky, with extremely tyrannical oppression, suddenly pursued Xiao Yan. The power of confinement, plus the formation technique. It's really a good trick. However, just relying on this place is not enough. At the moment just now, Xiao Yan also discovered that it seems that starting from the place guarded by Lin En and the two just now, the core of the palace has been imprisoned, and outsiders cannot detect what was found here. One scene, so Xiao Yan can also do it with confidence. Fighting Soul Shadow, Hot Explosion. Xiao Yan is a battle formation master, so he naturally knows the tyranny of the formation, but he also knows the weakness of cracking the formation. Although this formation is not weak, in Xiao Yan's eyes, it is like playing a family. With a glance, it was found that the stone formation was hidden under the lake. Underwater. Bang bang bang. Xiao Yan's eyes flashed with amber flames. Immediately, the speed of his figure skyrocketed, and he slid into the amber water. He suddenly crushed something with one hand, and the imposing sea immediately regained its calm. Oh, is anyone here? At this time, in the courtyard surrounded by lakes, a dark green evil-haired man sat quietly with his eyes closed, but his evil eyes opened slightly and smiled. It's just that there are countless blood-colored thin lines looming around this guy's body, completely imprisoning the entire building. I'm afraid Lin Fengya had already expected that someone would come to make trouble. Here, I am afraid that is the real problem of burning. Continuing from the previous episode 1817. Btth2. With a sound, Xiaoyan jumped over the lake water very easily and came to the courtyard house. This courtyard is towering like a temple, and there seems to be some unusual aura in it. Looking at the square building in front of him, Xiaoyan muttered to himself. For some reason, he saw the main hall in his eyes. At that time, his heart trembled for a while. This is extremely rare, but now that the arrow is on the string, Xiaoyan has no choice but to be careful. Squeak! With a sound, Xiaoyan covered his body with holy flames, and immediately walked away from the main gate, gently pushing his palms open, directly opening the palace gate. Humans, we meet again. Just as the door was opened, an awe-inspiring *** smell spread out from the palace. That *** suffocation, even a battle-hardened veteran like Xiaoyan, felt a burst of blood. Aversion to cold. Gamma? Xiaoyan looked at it and found that there was nothing in the hall except Gamma. In the empty hall, only Gamma stood on a futon in the center of the hall, and the corners of his mouth appeared. A rare smile appeared. Just you? Xiaoyan asked in surprise. You shouldn't have come. Gamma stood up gently, and immediately a strange smell emerged from his dark green hair and dark green pupils. Your crimes are truly lunatic. Looking at the current Gamma, Xiaoyan also understood something, did not move, stood gently on the edge of the gate, and said, Not crazy, not crazy, we are not madmen. We have already made a huge contribution to the new attributes of mankind, even if we sacrifice ourselves. We are the pioneers, we are the guides of mankind. Hearing Xiaoyan's plain voice, it stimulated a certain fragile nerve in Gamma. His pupils shrank tightly, and his voice was extremely harsh towards Xiaoyan, roaring, his face is as ferocious as a violent beast. I don't know if your devil fruit will succeed in the end, but you are contaminated with a devilish aura. You will be annihilated by the great thousand worlds. You have no chance of surviving. Xiaoyan said, the basics of a devil. The characteristics are probably dark green evil hair and dark green pupils. Although Gamma also has this kind of power, the demon power in his body is probably less than 1%. There is also the most important point. Now that the devil's lair has been completely destroyed by the wandering angel Makal, I am afraid that only the negligible devil power in Gamma and the 2 devil fruits behind him, otherwise the devil will completely disappear from this world. Their years of research will all come to nothing. No, you are wrong. The division of power has never been divided into good and evil since ancient times. Every time a new attribute is born, blood will flow into a river, but as long as it is successful, it will be worth it. Because each new attribute appears, it will become a new era. Gamma suddenly laughed. But I advise you, you shouldn't come here, you should retire. We will meet again on the day of the final election, and then you will witness the birth of the most pure-blooded demon. Su. The gloomy and ruthless laughter seemed to turn into bursts of magical sounds, stinging Xiaoyan's limbs, and Xiaoyan always felt that Gamma's words seemed to be for himself. Gotcha! Gamma's voice just fell, and the futon under Gamma's feet suddenly disappeared, a bottomless dark passage suddenly appeared, and then Gamma's figure also fell rapidly. The domain master of the endless fire domain. It seems that what the prince said is not false. Although he didn't catch the old guys like Lin Hong, it is still a gain. Let's capture it. Just when Gamma just disappeared, in the entire empty hall, dozens of powerhouses surrounded by blood flashed like ghosts from the void of the hall. The 2 7-star fighting immortals, they really look down on me. At this moment, Xiaoyan's body tensed up involuntarily. If you don't want to die, just follow. Just as Xiaoyan was about to give his all, an evil voice appeared in Xiaoyan's mind. Gamma? Xiaoyan was shocked when he heard the words, but he looked at the passage that was about to be closed on the futon in the center of the hall, and looked at the killing team led by the 2 7-star fighting immortals. Stuck in a futon. Damn! This Gamma destroys our good deeds. Seeing that Xiaoyan escaped from the Longtan Tiger's den, the 2 7-star fighting immortals cursed with resentment. Gamma has been imprisoned here since he came to the palace. Lin Fengye used it as a bait, but who would have thought that their conspiracy was actually seen through by Gamma? Forget it. Below is the underground palace where the prince and many adults are stationed. Xiaoyan is just going to die. As soon as the words fell, the place returned to calm. Where is this? Xiaoyan followed Gamma and jumped directly into the mysterious passage of the futon. Although he temporarily escaped the killing of the 2 7-star fighting immortals, This dark void made Xiaoyan feel awe-inspiring. www. Link to novelmtl.com. This is the underground palace. The end of this passage is Lin Fengye's bedroom. If you don't want to die, don't go to the end. The underground palace is full of underground palaces. There is Lin Fengye's ambition and conspiracy here. If you have the guts, then just go for it. It's also a test for you. Gamma's last voice fell, and there was only deathly silence in the space. It's inexplicable. Xiaoyan shook his head helplessly at Gamma's babbling words, but with the fire of holy flame in his palm, he directly cut out a weak passage through the dark passage, and directly entered other areas of the underground palace without looking back. On the other side, Gamma landed in the underground bedroom, and was immediately bound by a shadow and led him somewhere, but the corner of his mouth was still muttering to himself, "Xiaoyan, I hope you don't disappoint me, devil fruit, but only for the strong. We are all servants of the devil, as long as a real devil can be born. Even if the body and spirit are destroyed, I am not afraid." This is where Xiaoyan left the passage and immediately came to a narrow stone wall passage. The stone wall passage is 2 meters high and 2 meters long. It was just enough to accommodate one person to pass through. At this time, Xiaoyan walked through the stone wall passage with great difficulty. What Xiaoyan didn't expect was that this underground palace was filled with a very familiar aura, which Xiaoyan was familiar with. Soul Palace? For a while, Xiaoyan's heart was surging with huge waves, but after a brief hesitation, he also cautiously walked towards the underground palace. First, he was familiar with the route, and secondly, Xiaoyan also wanted to see this Lin Feng. What is Yan's soul hall preparing for? Continuing from the previous episode 1818. Extremely dark black fog, eerie ghost energy, *** bloody glow, and several auras filled the underground space, transforming this place into a demon processing factory with awe-inspiring evil energy. At this time, Xiaoyan followed the stone wall passage and slowly explored this strange underground palace. Fortunately, Xiaoyan's body was the master of Fireguard and a series of methods from Ghostface and Soul Flame, which made Xiaoyan feel like walking on the ground. It's a terrifying defense. I'm afraid this is where Lin Fengye's roots and elites are located. In just a short while, Xiao was able to figure out the underground palace. The power of the soul was released, and coupled with Xiaoyan's exploration, this underground palace was, to put it bluntly, an area filled with countless abdominal acupuncture points. Countless narrow stone walls extending in all directions seemed to connect the core of the underground palace, and deep within the palace, a breath of aura that made Xiaoyan shudder, was suffocating like *** of death. The stone walls around these passages have been placed with extremely tyrannical seals. It seems that Lin Fengye is trying to cover up something. If I expect it right, there must be something shameful in the underground palace. Stay open and speak. Looking around, on the stone wall around the narrow passage, there is faintly revealing a terrifying black gas. The black gas light is like a long reptile, which skillfully covers the entire stone wall. With the help of this black gas, the holy flame and other forces in Xiaoyan's body protect his body and protect Xiaoyan. It's hard to come here, let's take a deep look. After a deep voice, Xiaoyan's eyes became deep, and he cautiously walked towards the depths of the palace. At this moment, Xiaoyan's fairyland-level soul power was clearly showing, and he encountered many guards who were patrolling and responsible for vigilance along the way, but Xiaoyan skillfully avoided them. However, it is strange to say that every 100 meters in the narrow passage, there will be a huge enclosed space. In the space, drinks and food are readily available, and there are even several figures with tyrannical breaths appearing here. Ah, it's really bad luck. I've been here for a long time, and I can't see the sun. How long will it take? Wait, it's election time in a few days, and then we can leave here. You said, what exactly is His Royal Highness preparing in the underground palace? Let's talk less about these words, but I remember that only the prince and a few elders can enter the depths of the underground palace. As for guards of our level, we don't have the right to enter at all. Let's do our own thing. The guard sat in the space and muttered softly. At this time, Xiaoyan hid in a stone wall and looked at the people in the space in front of him talking. Wang buzzing. Between the lights and flints, Xiaoyan's figure was like a ghost, and he easily knocked several people to the ground, and suddenly several people lost consciousness. This should be half the distance from the underground palace. It seems that we need to speed up. With a casual glance, Xiao Yan immediately hid the figures of several people, and immediately entered the dozens of space passages at the edge of the space. This passage made Xiao Yan the most uncomfortable, so Xiao Yan ignored it without thinking. Inside a stone hall in the underground palace, His Royal Highness, Xiao Yan from the Endless Fire Territory came to the palace mansion, but he was not caught by the 2 7-star Dou Shuangxian elders, and was strung into the underground palace, do you see? Inside the stone hall, the surrounding walls are splendid, and broken next to the bridge, Lin Fengye was sitting in a wheelchair, and a man in black robes guarded him behind him. Understood. Let's go. Lin Fengye's eyes flashed with a hint of edge, and he waved. Xiao Yan in the Endless Fire Territory, just a small force that doesn't enter the mainstream. Lin Fengye sat in a wheelchair, his eyes looked through the dark space under the broken bridge, and he didn't know where to look. It's not necessarily. The predecessors of our Soul Palace, the Soul Clan, have fought against the Shao Clan for hundreds of years, and they know the cunning of the descendants of the Shao Clan, so it must be guarded against. The shadow behind him sneered, but his voice contained an ecstatic smile. Okay. Lin Fengye thought for a while, and also summoned the elites and carefully formulated a plan, in order to strengthen the patrol and guard of the underground palace. Next, just wait for the election day with peace of mind. Lin Fengye made a series of precise arrangements and immediately laughed. In the underground palace, there are countless 6-star fighting immortals, and 7-star fighting immortals are not a few. With some special methods, even Xiao Yan cannot escape. We will take Angel and Xiao Yan. I just want the dominion of the Tianxin continent and the devil fruit. The two had a simple conversation. Prince Lin, then I wish us a happy cooperation. At this moment, He Ying also laughed. If Xiao Yan was here, he would find this guy, Soul Wuji. On the other side, after several hours of exploration, Xiao Yan also slowly came to the depths of the palace. Stop, please show your pass. Just as Xiao Yan had just strung out of the stone wall passage, several well-trained soldiers in uniform with spears in their hands pointed at Xiao Yan and said, "The vigilance here is beyond Xiao Yan's expectations. Is it a passport?" Xiao Yan gently hid in his palm from the sleeves, trying to find something. But what Xiao Yan didn't expect was that the guards here actually escaped Xiao Yan's soul perception. I'm afraid there must be some secret here. Who? Xiao Yan's figure was as fast as a ghost, without any hesitation, like a bow and arrow separated from a crossbow. One arrow shot directly at Shimen. Someone broke into the temple. Hurry up and report to the prince. Although these guys were all 6-star fighting immortals, they stumbled and fell to the ground when Xiao Yan suddenly exploded. Damn, this stone gate is too strong. Xiao Yan was helpless with this stone gate after he temporarily repelled everyone. Wang buzzing. Just when Xiao Yan hesitated, the amber flame soul fire suddenly ignited, and in an instant, Xiao Yan and Xiao Yan lightly turned into a black light, and mixed into the interior of the temple. That is, the core of the deep underground palace. Place. Boom. As soon as Xiao Yan disappeared, the pot exploded outside, but he could only be anxious because only a few elders and princes could open the stone gate. On the other side, Xiao Yan had just entered the back of the stone gate, only to feel that the sky was dark, and his position seemed to be transported somewhere by a certain spatial vortex. This is. Suddenly, when Xiao Yan stood quietly, because of the scene in front of him, Xiao Yan's cognition was refreshed, and Xiao Yan's heart was shocked. Penetrating through the stone gate, the inside is a strange space bounded by layers. The space seems to be blessed with countless imprisoned and sealed powers, and the aura of the space is extremely dignified. Among them, the most eye-catching is the giant creature suspended in the dark space, like a real dragon. A full 4. The breath of any giant dragon is enough to tear Xiao Yan apart easily. The huge dragon horns, the lifelike dragon scales all over the body, and the gently swaying dragon tail, so that the whole body of the dragon corpse has a totem-like existence, rendering the breath of the 4 dragon corpses to the peak. In addition to the dragon's mouth, the hot energy turned into a jet-black chain, and 4 chains burst out from the dragon's mouth, imprisoning a black air mass in its space. Dark and icy, and extremely tyrannical, the power revealed by the 4 dragon corpses alone is enough to truly move people. Looking at the chains of the 4-headed dragon's mouth, a stunned expression emerged in my heart. The black air mass was actually a coffin. Inside the coffin, there was a faint white weak body. With just one glance, Xiao Yan knew what it was. 4 dragon lock coffins. Also, in the coffin, there should be the soul of the emperor in the star continent today. Xiao Yan said with a dry mouth, word by word. Continuing from the previous episode 1819. In the dark and icy darkness, it was like a void without any stars. 4 dragon corpses locked the black coffin and appeared here in shock. Even Xiao Yan felt a strong feeling from it at this moment. Breath of death. Because of the cultivation of the dragon god transformation, Xiao Yan already has dragon blood more or less in his body, and now these 4 dragon corpses are dragons with real dragon blood. The dragon's blood in Yan's body boiled instantly, and endless killing intent emerged uncontrollably. Dragons are arrogant. No matter who obliterates their kind, it will lead to the assassination and revenge of the dragons. This is the pride in the bones of the dragons. So, the reason why the emperor's illness is getting worse and worse was originally caused by this beast. At this moment, Xiao Yan's pupils suddenly tightened, staring at the extremely weak soul body in the black coffin, and shouted. The emperor, covering many high-level leaders in the star continent, Xiao Yan had already kept it in his heart under Jizan's instructions, and now he can see through it at a glance. 4 dragon lock coffin. These methods are beyond the scope of what I can deal with, so let's retreat first. After a glance, Xiao Yan's eyes moved away from the moving 4 dragon lock coffin. With fluctuations of this level, if he stepped into the attack range of the 4 dragon corpses, the dragon corpse would launch the most tyrannical attack on him. With that level of attack, unless the 8-star fighting immortal, even Xiao Yan would only be dejected. The end of the fall, not to mention the need to rescue the emperor's soul, this task is beyond the scope of Xiao Yan's ability to handle. It seems that Lin Fengya's ambition is not small. This matter must be told to Qinxin as soon as possible. Xiao Yan's palms folded, and the space shuttle handprints containing the power of space were displayed by him. Is it a forbidden area? Xiao Yan said helplessly as there was no movement in the space shuttle fingerprint. Not good. Just as Xiao Yan was preparing for other movements, the 4 dragon corpses actually moved slightly, and a horrific shock emerged from Xiao Yan's body. I'm a little curious. What kind of courage made you break into my palace alone? The next moment, above one of the dragon corpses, at the head of the dragon, a laughter with many contemptuous laughter emerged slowly. Lin Fengya, Xiao Yan roared. My dear father has worked hard for so many years, and in a few days until the election day, he will be able to sleep forever. As a son, isn't it very considerate? You're actually here to sabotage my plan. It's really whimsical. At this moment, Lin Fengya looked at the dying emperor's soul in the black coffin, looked at Xiao Yan gloomily, and sneered. Soul Wuji, Elder Lin, Guardian Lin, Uncle Lin Wang. This guy, hand it over to you. Remember, what I want is death without proof. With a casual glance, Lin Fengya disappeared here, but at the same time, on the dragon heads of the 4 dragon corpses, the 4 figures carried Ling Tian's posture, emerged slowly. 1 7-star fighting immortal has a perfect soul, and 3 7-star fighting immortals are in the late stage. Seeing the 4 figures appearing in front of him one after another, Xiao Yan's smile became brighter and more sinister. Susu. Meet again. The black mist around Soul Wuji, like a messenger of death, said gloomily. It's a pity that the big explosion in the Devil's Sea didn't kill you. Xiao Yan opened his mouth, and suddenly he swallowed the flame technique, domain, and Buddha's wrath reincarnation. Xiao Yan knew that with his current strength, he would only have one chance against these guys. A sharp-toothed boy. Destroying the prince's good deeds. When I capture you, you will definitely not be able to survive or die. For a time, a turbid energy flashed from the old man Lin's body. Chaos system. Try this gift. Without any hesitation, Xiao Yan's palm suddenly lifted, and a beautiful lotus seed composed of 4 color flames blasted towards the black coffin in front of the 4 people with the momentum of lightning. The kind of fluctuations that actually shocked the hearts of the 3 of the 7-star fighting immortals in the late stage. This guy, he originally wanted to capture Xiao Yan's soul with a destructive force, but he could only shake his head, because now Xiao Yan's attack of destroying everything is directed at the black coffin, and the black coffin is Jin Lin Fengya's real killer weapon that cannot be damaged in any way. Boom! A burst of hot energy ripples, like a volcanic eruption, permeated this dark and cold void. Jointly resist this attack. We must not let it destroy the 4-dragon lock coffin, otherwise once the Emperor's soul returns, we will fall short. You guys stay here, I'll go after him. After a while, Uncle Lin made a sudden cry, his body soared, and he pursued the route of Xiaoyan's escape. Do it! Soul Wuji could only regret it, and the dark mist filled the sky immediately. With it as the main force, it combined the power of the 2 late-stage 7-star fighting immortals to ripple the destructive energy of the Buddha's wrath and slowly resist. Although it was quite easy, it was enough to buy Xiaoyan a lot of time to escape. Cough, cough. The pressure of the 7-star Dou Shuangxian is really strong, and this news must be spread out. Xiaoyan fled quickly, the aura in his body shook violently. It is quite correct to point the attack hall of Buddha's wrath samsara away from the black coffin. Even if these 4 people can easily kill themselves, for the safety of the Emperor's soul, they can only give up the small Gu Da, and they will have a chance to escape. Simply, Xiaoyan made the right bet. But there is still a late-stage 7-star fighting immortal expert, and this is still an underground palace in any case, it doesn't hold any advantage for me. Kiju's soul drawing cup? At this moment, it seemed to be pulled by the amber flame's soul fire. This treasure with a faint glow of fire escaped from Xiaoyan's acceptance ring, and immediately a flame like the light of dawn, quietly immediately after submerging into Xiaoyan's spirit palace, the spirit palace suddenly trembled, and the power of the soul rose steadily. It doesn't matter. Now I can only be a dead horse and a living horse doctor. As soon as he grasped the Qidu soul tractor, Xiaoyan discovered that the soul power in his body actually surpassed the soul power in the later stage of Tai Shu, and entered to the next level. Although it is only temporary, but with the power of his own 6-star fighting immortal consummation, it is unavoidable to give it a try. If that's the case, let's try it. As soon as he finished speaking, Xiaoyan directly chose a huge space in the stone wall passage, and the core inscriptions in his body were arranged. He came after the late-stage powerhouse of the 7-star Dou Shuangxian who was chasing him. With the strength of the late 5-star fighting immortal, he designed an ambush to intercept the late 7-star fighting immortal Uncle Lin. Whether it was successful or not, this courage alone would be enough to cause countless people to sigh. As for Uncle Lin, relying on his being a descendant of Uncle Lin Fengya, with his unique wood attribute in the royal family and the arrogance of the 7-star fighting immortals, he is stepping into the trap that Xiaoyan has set for him. It's just that it's still unknown whether it is Uncle Lin who is the best, or whether Xiaoyan is superior.